The question is it possible to maintain a full-time job and start a lawn care business on the side? And this individual's goal is to have a lawn care business on the side, but not to stop their day job, not to leave their full-time employment. The answer is a simple yes. There's absolutely no reason why you can't do this. So a couple of things to consider. There's all types of different services you could offer that all pay different rates. So for example, you might be able to make an average of $35 or $40 a man-hour mowing lawns. You might be able to make $65 a man-hour doing pest control. You might be able to make $85 an hour doing irrigation. So your first consideration is, how many hours do you have available? Do you have 2 or 3 hours a day available Monday through Friday, and then possibly 8 hours available on Saturday? Now, you'd be working a lot of hours between your full-time job and this, but how much time is it that you have available? And then of the time that you have available, what kind of work can you perform that would bill out at the highest rate? So you've got to figure out something you're going to enjoy doing. You can't just simply do it for the billing rate, because if you're miserable, this won't last. But for example, do you like irrigation? That's a great one because it pays a higher hourly wage. So figure out what is it that you could provide that pays a good wage, multiply that by your available hours, and you'll see the top end of what you could potentially make. Now, consider that you're going to have some administrative time involved. So if you had 2 hours a day, that's 10 hours during the week, and then 8 hours on Saturday, you've got 18 extra hours that you could bill out per week performing work. But you're going to need some number of those hours as administrative hours. And so you need to consider that you can't really bill out 18 hours. Plus, it's going to take some time to build this up. So I would encourage you to consider, is the number of hours you have available times the hourly rate that you can bill, whatever that amount of money is that you're going to make. And remember, there's seasonality in the business, so you won't bill this out 52 weeks a year. Is that worth it to you? Is that a good part-time business that you'll be happy with? If so, then you need to get out there and do it. You need to start building it. You follow all the same procedures that somebody that would build a full-time business would do. You still do the same kind of marketing. You still handle and deal with clients the same way. Everything's the same. You're just building a different type of business. And then once you get the business to where you want it, be very choosy about the clients you take, and potentially continue to raise your prices so that you're optimizing your time. And you might even find that long-term, that full-time job that you don't want to let go doesn't make so much sense anymore, because you're making enough money on the side that it would make sense to go full-time with this. But I would start with considering, what is that service that you could provide that would pay you the most money per man-hour? And figure out how to do that. Or maybe you start with something you can get started with, a lesser service, and you transition towards that, because that will be using your time optimally, and that's what you've got to do when you have a very limited number of hours. Go for it. Good luck.